Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a few months here. I've been hard at work on the old Caldina. So basically in this video, you're gonna see me go from not having any idea what I'm doing, working with metal, cutting it, grinding it, welding it. At first I had to get my buddy Tyler to come in. He brought his welder over. Eventually he kind of taught me how to weld. I ended up buying my own welder. You're gonna kind of see the progression go up through there. You're gonna see a very nervous person with a welder and a grinder turn into somebody that's a lot more comfortable with it. So I'm going to kind of pop in here and there in kind of weird parts of the video that don't make too much sense. There was a lot of time in between these decisions, especially for the overpipe that goes over my subframe and the mid pipe. There was a part where there was basically 2 to 3 of us at a time mocking stuff up under there, doing what we need to do, and then coming back out. So I'm going to pop in here and there and kind of explain what's going on so everyone's not like, what is seriously happening in this video. So thanks for everybody for clicking. If you like more technical stuff, near the end of the video it gets pretty technical with the wastegate and everything, but follow along for the journey, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. Thanks again.
What's going on, fellas? Long time no talk. So where the motor's at right now on my Caldina. Right now I got this cheap little manifold from eBay, a couple $100. She's not too bad. Actually doesn't look really bad at all, to be honest with you. The welds look pretty decent. There's some cleanup I'm gonna have to do in here, but the biggest thing about this manifold, and I knew buying it, so I was gonna have to do some modification to it. This is a twin scroll manifold kind of setup deal. You can see I kind of have it measured out now to where I'm going to have to cut it down to weld a new pipe on there. Here's the turbo that we're going with. So this is a Pulsar 3071R. I do have the T51 mod on the front here, but as you can see, as to why I'm going to have to cut this one up, a V-band. So that's a 3-inch V-band. My idea is I'm going to trim all this down. I'm going to clean it all up so there's not all this gunk going on here. Weld a pipe from here, put a 3-inch V-band clamp on the other side of this, clamp it onto there, and then somewhere along the line in this kind of connection piece, I'm going to throw in the external wastegate on there. Hopefully, it's going to fit somewhere in here. Hopefully, it's easy. Worst case, I got to call the fellas over. So this is the setup. I got this grinder here, got the metal blending blade on. For now, to be honest with you guys, I don't have the tool to open this. I'm just gonna see what this does first. It's probably not gonna do nothing. I mean, maybe I can grip onto the ends here. That's actually probably what I'm gonna do. Put it on like that and call it a day. I'm gonna show you guys the PPE that I got on the go here. Number one, safety. Look at this. Don't ever think it's silly to not be safe. Well, that's not doing nothing. I'm gonna have to get one of these bad boys on. The cutters, man, this thing is. I've also got these metal grinding ones. This is extremely thick steel and I'm very nervous. All right, gang, that's called winning right here. All right, so this is where we got it at so far. I started using the big grinder disc here, started taking this down a bit. I think down in here, I might have gone through. Nothing we can't weld up. Oh, also, I don't know how to weld. All right, gang, I'm out of breath. That was actually a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. Give you guys a quick update here on what I've been doing. This has been a couple day kind of ordeal here. Right now, I got this down to pretty well circle. It's not perfect. I'm doing some edge work with this Dremel here that has seen better days, to be honest with you. As you can see, flattening up all the little bumps. Did I mess this up? Yeah. Will it matter? I'm hoping not. This is obviously just a test pipe, but we're gonna go 3-inch from here. So just like this, I left me some room on the outside of this lip so I can weld from the thick metal to the thin metal. So I got this one looking okay for now. we don't forget about the small stuff, okay? So we got this here, right? With the lips from the welds, from the cast. We're polishing this up. So we're trying to get rid of this lip here. You just want air to flow as easy as it can from one side to the other. In a world where everyone's doing the same thing, you gotta be a little bit different. All right, so I went through this, tidied her up a little bit. As you can see, it's got a lot more flow coming out. This is the test before I go ahead and weld anything. Tape this little contraption up here with a little pipe on it. Here's the V-band for the turbo. So I'm gonna throw this in the car. Try to see if the turbo will mount up to this. This pipe in here, this is obviously not the actual pipe I'm using. This is just a mock-up. Drill a hole out of this for the external wastegate and then weld it out from there. So should be good. I'm gonna try to put it in now.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit confusing. My good buddy Tyler comes over with his welder and essentially starts helping me learn. Tyler here is basically showing me how to work the metal, how to weld properly with getting good penetration on it. This was a very big learning experience for me, and I'm very grateful that he would let me use his stuff like this. So shout out to my man Tyler. Thanks again, man, for letting me use your stuff here. Really appreciate it. Now, this is the part of the video where Tyler lets me use his welder and try it out for myself, okay? These were Tyler's welds. They looked really good. And here's me welding for the very first time. Look at how scared I look. I look scared of the welder. I'm like, what is going on here, gang? Then I slowly started to get my confidence. Look at me one hand in this thing. What a terrible angle I'm doing it. But eventually it came out looking a half decent. So this is where I got the down pipe that's going to fit into the over pipe. So far it's looking pretty good. It was very easy for me to learn on something small like this. Now we're doing small pie cuts because I didn't bother to order 45s. 45s would have saved me so much time. Okay, so hey guys, it's me again. I'm going to stop the video right there for one quick second. This is the part of the video where I said, okay, I did the downpipe. Now I might as well do everything else. This is where the snowball got pushed, okay, down the hill. Those pie cuts that I was showing previously, those are to kind of get me at the angle to go up over the subframe. Those pie cuts were made pretty much after I already completed the whole mid pipe. Okay, so I apologize for missing this part. It was just such a pain. It was like the worst part of the whole build. In this next clip, you're gonna see me, I got up over the subframe and I basically got it kind of mocked up down right next to the drive shaft. And then the rest of the video kind of explains itself. So like I said, apologize for it kind of skipping here. This was just like a month drawn out of just so much stuff going on. So let's let it roll.
So what we got so far? Turbo mounted, very close to the rad fan, very close to the oil pan. That's fine. You want to know why? Because look at this. That's noise. Comes up around, goes up over the subframe, whatever you even want to call that piece that goes up around, to the rest of the pipe that is being hung up currently. But if you have a look under here, take a look at that. Good angles coming off. She's right up against the drive shaft the whole way through. Pretty cool. So next step is trying to get up around my axle. I'll show you guys where we're at right now. So this is where we're going. We're gonna have to finagle our way around the rear subframe. Look at all the extra pipe, like what am I doing with my life? But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So she's coming. This is pretty cool.
Okay, I left this part of the video in here just so you guys can kind of get a glimpse to what my life was like for almost 4 months, okay? This is me crawling up under here to weld on one of the exhaust hangers for the mid pipe, okay? So look at where I'm cramped into here. Like, this is what it was like for 4 months. Like, I guess I could have jacked it up probably a little bit more, but man, it was just so brutal. Lots of fun though. So basically, when you're welding pipe, you want to weld up the hangers first so that everything else kind of follows through. Right now, I'm just finishing up the welds on the hanger itself, finishing up the welds on the whole mid pipe. And basically you're going to see here, this was the whole exhaust system out of the car as of right now. So this is before the rear axle is coming down off the turbo into that overpipe we're talking about, right down into this super long mid pipe that I got here. Kind of had to angle it at the end to get around the axle, but it came out very good.
So take a look at this. We got one down. I skipped a little bit of stuff, but we're back. This has been months and months and months of trial and error. I ended up picking up my own welder, which is right here. Got my new mask in there. So this is what we're working with. I got the one side done. So today we're gonna be working on getting the other side set up. So this is what we look like right now. So this is where we stopped, down here. I have a little Y coming out, so this side's gonna go over here, connect out. And this side right now, obviously it's just tacked into place. But this is what we got. So it's up over, it's tucked up pretty high. It's okay, it's looking okay. My next plan is to connect this right here, all the way over, somehow get it over here. I actually ended up running out of pipe, so it's been kind of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna put a V-band right here on this angle so that I can take this back part off by itself. So I'll let you guys know how this goes. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully we'll have this coming out the other side today or sometime soon. Let's get it. All right, so this is my thought here. I got one straight coming out of here. So I need it to come up and through here so it's level with this side. I'm gonna cut in half so I got an actual 90. I'm gonna put it here somewhere. So I'm thinking of doing some sort of angle like this, right? And then hopefully I'll have a straight out right here. So okay, so this is how a lot of my brainstorming kind of works. I just tape stuff together until it kind of works. So this is my theory. We're gonna do something like this. See that? That almost lines up perfectly. Right out the back. See if they can get me where I need it to go. All right, gang. So this is what I'm coming up with right here. I don't know if this is gonna work. There's no harm in trying. And I'm gonna tack this one together, and somehow, some way, this is gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. All right, all tacked up. Looks pretty garbage right now, but I'll see how it fits up. I'm getting to that part of the build where I'm like, nice. You know what I mean? So sometimes it works out, right? Sometimes it don't. But look at this, right? That is almost a complete exhaust system. Just gotta tack up some more stuff, make sure we're all squared up. Yeah, we're almost there. I feel like I'm going absolutely insane. It's not tacked all the way in, it's kind of straight. But man, that is cool. That is seriously cool. Just straight 3. That's how you do it. Don't really know what to tell you guys. Like this has been insane, and I'm fired up. We're officially off the jack, man. Look at that. So now I just gotta square everything up here, put on the tips, call it a day. This has been so brutal, but we're almost there. And I can't even start it yet because I got so much shit I got to do. But we'll see. Okay, this is the finalized product here. Got everything cut, welded where it should be. Cut off these hangers, welded them on, welded this, got this one all loaded up. This thing is not going to go nowhere. Now I got to put it back on, see where that part lines up to the part that's on the mid pipe, mark it, take the mid pipe off, weld that, then we're completely done. Alrighty, so that took me like 2 hours. Pretty awesome. Just to add this last little piece. There's a mid pipe for a Toyota Caldina. Alrighty, so there we have it. All mocked up, got the V-band there. It's officially all on. Now you might be wondering, Chase, it's a turboed car and you didn't do a wastegate yet. Well, yes, along with the million other things I have to do, I also have to do a wastegate. So I'm gonna finish that off in this episode as well. So this is what we're looking at. So right here is a wastegate. If you don't know kind of what these do, there's a big valve that is in here. It's all driven by vacuum. So a bunch of vacuum lines go in here. Basically, when your turbo makes the exact pressure that you want it to, let's say it's 10 PSI, 11 PSI, this opens up and it lets you control exactly what that pressure is. So it's called a wastegate. It's pretty self-explanatory in the name. This is gonna live somewhere right here. You can see how kind of tight this is. So I'm gonna have to put it on an angle. If I put it up here, I don't have a straight shot unless I put it all the way over here, which I don't want to. I kind of want it tight to here. And then on this side is where all the extra exhaust fumes go. So that's gonna point down and go down in there somehow. So I'm gonna have to make a mount from this side to here. And then I'm just gonna dump it out the bottom for now, because that's what I'm gonna do. I could, in theory, you know, weld it right to the downpipe, but it's not gonna sound as cool. And we're going for sound. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so about way too long later, this is what I came up with. So it's not pretty by any means. This is basically gonna go, so it's gonna go on the end like this, but this is kind of what we're looking at right now. When you put a wastegate on a manifold, you kind of want it at a bit of an angle. You don't really want it 90 degrees to it. It still work 90 degrees, and ideally you get that to like 45 degree angle, because it just helps better with flow. Unfortunately for the constraint I got here, this is what's gonna work. So gonna figure out where this is gonna lay. Nice. All right, so I got everything out, kind of marked where I need to cut. I've got this kind of little cutout wheel. I'm gonna cut a little pilot hole, and then I'm gonna give her. So wish me luck, I got one cut on this. And if I screw it up, I'll just fix it. It's whatever, man. Alrighty, we're gonna play a game here called Find the Perfect Circle that's gonna be awesome to weld and have no gaps and be awesome, and it's just gonna fit perfect. I can't find it. It's not there, gang. So I got a little bit carried away. This thing is not easy to use at all. Maybe I just don't know how to do it, but basically this hole is way too big to fit this. So I'm gonna try to kind of hold this here. Look at the gap here, man. Like I have to fill so much stuff here. I'm gonna put it here, tack it, see if I can kind of wrap it around here, but just brutal. Like not ideal at all, but you know, whatever. Should be able to save it, so we'll see. We're gonna play another game called Wow Chase. You filled that up and it looks like goop and poop, dude, but that's all right, okay? Now, other problem is I should have welded this on first, because guess what? This is gonna be a pain to weld around this, so we'll see how this goes. Looking all right. All right, so there we have it. There's the manifold with the wastegate all set up. I'm gonna throw it on and then we'll be done. All right, so we've made it. We have made it to the end of the video and the end of 4 months of me learning and just figuring it out along the way. Metal is very forgiving. Once you start to learn it, you get to shape it, and you can say, oh, I can do this instead, and whatever. I don't know if I'm making any sense, to be honest, but this is what it takes. And obviously it's not really lined up right now where it should be, but it's just a mock-up and it's perfect. And if you can see this, the screamer pipe kind of goes down through there. I'm gonna modify that a bit, probably off camera. There's some boring stuff, but basically I have a whole turbo system, exhaust, everything is done on my Caldina. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a struggle, so I'm glad everyone can come along for it and watch me learn and figure it out.
Well, thanks so much if you made it this far into the video. It has been quite the trek of me getting through all this. This is just part one of the many videos I hope to get out for this old beauty here. Next video, I'm going to be focusing on the whole fuel system that I have to do. So we're doing pump, lines, rails, injectors, regulator, going to set that all up. I've kind of already started behind the scenes for that. We also have to set up the battery in the trunk. So I'm going to do a whole video of how I'm putting the battery in the trunk and that whole setup. We've got to do an intake for it. And then there'll also be tuning it. So I have an ECU master standalone ECU in here that I have to get all tuned up before this thing can drive. Maybe get it on the dyno, get some dyno clips of it as well. If you guys don't know my whole goal for this vehicle, I'd like to have 400 wheel horsepower reliable. That's my goal. So we're gonna keep going. get you guys some more videos here. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate all you guys tuning in. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Take it easy.